Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is What If Deku is a Dragonkin, part 16. And we're going to go into a very short description of what's going to happen. This information wise, let's get this out of the way real fast. Now, because in my What Ifs, UA is a college, so they already have a dormitory system in place already from day one. So they'll be living class 1A and class 1B. Let's say yeah, let's say have a dorm system for all the students. So there is a dorm system in place. So they'll be staying there when they have, get off of school from like breaks because of the USJ stuff. They'll be on campus, but they'll be doing their own thing. I might have Mina and Deku go off do something, but let's not worry about that. And Inko's fire, if I did not say it was green, it is. Just because I want it to. What else I need to think about? Because of the three characters I added to the story when it comes to the kid side, from the student side, Shin, Lu, and Kinide, Zawa's daughter, they will be taking more some of the useless characters that I never use, just flop them out. That means there's no Mineta, no Invisible Girl Tora or something like that. I don't remember. And the weird looking guy that could talk to animals, birds, I guess. I don't know. He was weird. Not Tokiyami, but the other one. The one has a mutation. He's out of the picture. Now because I want to give Inko a bigger part in this story because of her hero background. She's retired, but because of uh, because of how well she did at the UA entrance exam, Nezu offer her a job. So from now on forward, Inko is the teacher assistant of Eraserhead Izawa. Because it would just make sense that they would have at least some help for Class 1A students outside of this one teacher. So I'm giving Izawa, a teacher assistance to help them out in certain areas. Now Izawa has full control over the classroom. Inko, gives her opinion, and it's up to Izawa to, to choose his next course of action. But mostly Izawa will just let her do most of the work because, he likes to sleep. So, yeah. As where we left off, they left the exam area. They went home, and we're just gonna, it would about, let's say it took about 3 weeks to get their assessment letter if they pass or fail. So during that time, Mina and Izuku, spend pretty much the whole time together, going out to dates, and Mina dragging him to go shopping, using him as a pack mule. They went to movies and stuff like that. They just relaxed because Izuku was big on don't stress over it. This what happens happens. So that's what's Izuku's mindset right now when it comes to the assessment letters. He knows he passed. His mother, doesn't want to ruin it because she wants to be all act surprised like Inko. So Ryoko knows that Izuku's passed, and she knows his spot, and she's extremely happy. As you have Mina, she's laying on the couch, laying on top of Izuku's lap, as she's reading a magazine. She has a magazine up in the air, reading it because she's just laying down on Izuku. As her mom's come rushing in, and she's like, "Sweetheart, it's here." As Mina pops up pretty fast, smiling. "Mina, I'll let you have your family time. I'm gonna head back home." As Mina grabs his hand, it's like, "You're not going anywhere, Izu. You're gonna, you're not going anywhere." As she forced him back down onto the couch. As Mina opens the letter, as it's a hollow disc, as she's like, "What the hell am I supposed to do with this?" As it turns on, it's a picture of Nezu. As it goes through her test scores, she did very well, very good. She did her hero points, and she actually got some rescue points and teamwork points on top of that. She the whole time teamed up with Oraka, so yeah, she did extremely well. She didn't get top score, but she straight up got second because with her abilities, with her quirk and Izuku training and training with her, and plus the magic on top of that was the whole sorry what did I name the type of magic the body enchantment magic that increase physical speed strength. She does know it. She's not as good as Izuku at it, but she's decent at it. So she was able to, smash through those robots pretty good. So she got second place. As Mina smiles, that's like, "Oh, I wanted first, but like, well, that's better than nothing, I guess." As she's like, "So, when's yours gonna?" As Mina's mother hugs her from the back. As Mina's like, "So, Izu, when are you gonna? Izu, has yours came yet?" As he's like, "No, it hasn't, Mina." "Good. I want to be there when you open it." As, "Are you sure?" It's like, "It's important to me, Izu." As, "Oh, very well, it's my letter. Jesus." As Mina smiles. Mina just wants to be there to open his letter because she knows he passed, but she's just trying to be the whole supportive girlfriend type of thing. She's doing so. She would have been in it regardless if she knew or didn't know he was going to get in. She, she's like, "If I got in, then Easy got in, no doubt about that." As that's what she's thinking in her head. As we cut to the next day, you cut to Izuku's room as Mina has him pinned down on the bed. As she's like, "So, I want to know what exactly happened between you and that girl at the entrance exam." As Izuku's like, "Nothing really. I just saved her, and that whole cheek thing, that wasn't my idea. I didn't know that was coming." And she's like, "I believe you. I could tell when you're lying, when you're holding things back. So I believe you this time." As Mina kisses Izuku because, that's her property, so she's claiming that shit. Yeah. She's gonna probably make sure at UA that, that's Izuku's hers and, there's hands off. As there's a knock on the door, as it's me, your mom. As it's Inko. "Are you too close?" As Izuku's like, "Yeah, of course. I'm coming in." As she comes in, as she sees, me on top of Izuku. As she's like, "Well, I see you've been doing a little bit, sparring, I see." As she's making fun of Izuku, as Izuku's getting irritated. "The reason why I came in here, sweetheart, your letter came in." As she hands it to Izuku, as Izuku's like, "Took him long enough." "My apologies, sweetheart." As Ryoko walks in, "It was Nezu's idea. He wanted to see you sweat just a little bit. He wanted to get he wanted you to sweat a little bit." As Izuku opens it, as the hologram, as it's Nezu. Because I don't think All Might and Izuku had an encounter yet. I'm not totally sure on that. No, I don't think they've met each other yet. All Might knows if they met, they haven't met. So All Might knows of Izuku's as it like he knows he's comes from he's Ryoko's son. And he doesn't quite know about the whole dragonkin thing. Nezu, yeah, he didn't want to. The less people knows, the better. It's not that he doesn't trust All Might. He doesn't need to know. When he needs to know, he'll bring it up. But until then, he'll keep his little mouth shut and drink his tea. Good evening, Izuku Tsutsuma. I'll be the one to tell you of your results. The entrance exam. The written portion, you did very good, young man. You actually, you actually didn't make no mistakes. You actually corrected some of the ones I made purposely. So, guess all that tutoring wasn't going to waste. And for your, I forget what you call the, I forget what they call it. The combat portion of the test. Oh, you did, as the screen pops up of different, attacks that Izuku did. You even have a ultimate attack. That I wasn't expecting. The whole lightning thing, that's new. As, Izuku and Tatsuma family hasn't really, gave Nezu a update on all the information. Because they just been kind of busy. As as they go through the points, all the pointers that he demolished, you actually got some Rexy points. There's only two other students, no, three, because Araka had some Rexy points, and so, no, four, because, yeah, it'll be four, because Kennedy rescued, yeah, only four students this year have figured out that there will be rescue points in the exam. I'm very disappointed that we didn't have, more students figure this out. They would expect as a hero school, it's only common sense. But enough about them. As they go through the footage they caught over Izuku battling, as Nezu is quite impressed with his performance, the rescuing and all those 9 yards that it's normal for the letter. As he's like, you actually shattered an All Might score. That I'm happy about. Can't. It was gonna happen sooner or later. As Ryoko, has a grin because she knew Izuku broke All Might's record. And she's psyched about that. As Nezu's like, I pleasure to pronounce you welcome to your Hero Academia. As the thing, shuts off and it blows up in Izuku's hand. As Mina's like, mine didn't blow up that fast. As Izuku, yeah, Mr. Nezu likes to do that sometimes with me. What, things just to blow up in your hands? Yeah, it just, I don't know why, he just gets a kick out of it for some reason. As Izuku and Mina spend the rest of their time before they have to go to the first day of school. So it's a total 2 week period. So it's after 2 weeks, So it's this takes a lot of letter delivering. It takes 2 weeks to do it. So there's that. as we cut to the first day of UA. As we cut to the Midoriya residence, well, still, it's the morning of the first day of school. As you have Inko making breakfast for Mina, as Mina's like, "No way, you're gonna be teaching?" Oh, kind of. Mostly, more of a teacher assistant role capacity. Mina, as she plops a table full of food. As Mina's like, he's taking his sweet time. Yeah, the sleeping dragon's probably is still asleep. He gets that from his mother, from Ryoko, from my wife. As Mina and Inko hear footsteps coming down the stairs, as she sees Izuku in his a UA uniform. Instead, it says a black version of the UA uniform. So yeah, it's straight up black because he didn't like the colors. So walking down the stairs as he sees morning mom, as he sees morning Mina, he tilts his head and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, as Mina's like, "I wanted to be early for our first day of UA. I want to come and get you. Wanted to leave a little bit ago, but I'm not complaining. Your mother makes awesome breakfast." As she's chopping down on some food, as Izuku sits down and eats his food with Mina and his mother. As Inko, by the way, son, as Izuku, yes, mom, I got a new job. I'll be starting today. As Izuku's like, he's continuing eating. Oh, that's nice. Where at? UA. As he spits out some food. As Inko's like, manners. Sorry. Say that again. What, manners? No, the whole UA part. Yeah, I'm going to be Class 1A's teacher assistant to Eraserhead. As Izuku already knows who's the teacher's going to be because, he's in touch with the inner go. Well, there were some rumors going around that it was Miyazawa, so he figured he would be the perfect fit. To say he had suspicions, as he's like, "Well, that confirms my suspicions, mother." As she's like, "I had a feeling it was going to be him, but wasn't totally sure until now." As Izuku looks over Mina, "You ready?" As Mina, yeah, I'm ready. As Izuku gets up, puts his plate in his sink, puts Mina and his own plate in his sink. "All right, mom, we're gonna head out of school. Guess I'll see you later. Don't know how I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever." As Mina latch onto Izuku arm as they're gonna leave the kitchen, as Inko, "Oh, before you leave, that lightning spear of yours, use that only a last resort. That's far too dangerous to be using." As Izuku, I know, mom. I'm been working on a dumbed down version, less lethal. I don't worry. I have not planned to use that technique against a person anytime soon. If I don't regulate the the power, as he put finger quotation marks up in the air, his two fingers, his power, it could be very disastrous. I could blow up a lot of things for really, let's say, pretty close to half the city if I wanted to. I mean, it's like, seriously? Izu? What? I was holding back. Even if you're holding back, just keep it down low, son. As he's like, fine, once I get once I figure out the dumbed out version, I'll be using that from now on. As he's already in process of making one non-lethal, because that one he did to Zero Pointer was a little, overkill. Because he destroyed the robot and a good portion of the battleground. They did deduct some points off that, but he had a plenty to make up for it. So he still got first place regardless. A short pause in the story. When it comes to his the written portion, this intellect wise, he kind of beat Momo. So yeah, she knows the name Izuku Tsushima because of that. Because she would take an interest in someone being her, you know, in smarts. As he's a dragonkin, knowledge comes natural to him. As you have Izuku, as they get to UA, as they go through the gates, as they walk inside the school, as Mina is excited. It's a pretty big campus. As they get their where they be staying, Mina kind of put a request in for Izuku and her to share a room, so that's what's happening now. Izuku doesn't know it just yet, but he will once the end of the there will be a brief scene in the dormitories after the quirk evaluation test. So I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get into. Not sure how far I'm gonna get into this episode, but because I accidentally my video got cut off, so I can't like it sucks that I can't when my video stops, I can't like re-record from the point where I left off, so I have to start a whole new video. Then I have to clip them together. But enough about me, rambling on about my recorder thing. But let's get on to the story. As Izuku gets to the big UA door, as he looks at it, as he tilts his head, as Izuku's like, Mina, do you have any thoughts on that? And she's like, whoa, that's a big door. That's way too big for a classroom. Yeah. Guess UA likes to, represent, apparently. As he opens the door, as he sees the classroom, he sees a man in a sleeping bag. He doesn't really see it, but he senses him through heat. Let's say his head is peeking out. It's like he's like behind the side of his desk. So Izuku sees that as he also looked around the room as he see Kinide with her headphones on, reading a book. As Mina sees her, she's like, lovely, she's here. This is gonna be fun. As Izuku, cheer up, Mina. As Mina looks at Izuku, he's like, fine, I guess. As well, we gotta pick up the seats, I guess, Izu. As Momo comes in with Todoroki, as they're shocked that there's 3 people here already. As they sit down in there, Momo and Shota sit next to each other because they're friends, like I normally do in my what ifs. Now, when I say Shota, I'm only referring to female Todoroki. So that's if you guys get confused, because I know some of you might forget because it's been a little bit. So just a fresher upper. Todoroki's a girl, and I'm naming her Shota, even though that's kind of Azawa's first name, but it works well for me. So let's continue. As Inko walks in through the UA door, or walks through the classroom, as she sees a girl just with headphones on and reading a book, Kennedy. As she sees, Endeavor's daughter. She hasn't took notice just yet that the shield, oh not shield maiden, the sorry, the fire maiden is there because she's all Shota's like favorite hero is fire maiden. How this story is going to go. As she walks over to his owl, tap him on his little sleeping bag. As he opens his eyes, turns his head. What can I do for you? Hi, I am the Shield Maiden. I'm your teacher's assistant for this year. As yeah, Shield Maiden. Yeah, Nezu told me about you. The class, everyone has class hasn't started yet. It's another 30 minutes, so. And she's like, "That's fine, Amazawa." I raise her head, and she's like, "No, just call me Azawa." As Inka's like, "Here, a gift." As he's like, "What's this?" He's like, as his eyes, glitter, as it's like, it's earplugs. As he's like, "Definitely need this. Thank you. I'll wake you up. Wake me up when the time hits." I think, yeah, I understand. As Azawa goes back to sleep, as she sits on the desk. Well, not on a desk, but she has a chair. As she sits down next to the desk, just waiting for the students to arrive. As Inko was, let's just say she was reading a book. As she looks as she looks across the class, see if everyone's here yet. Mostly everyone's like, everyone's, let's say everyone's here, and the scene happens with Bakugo and Ida. He's yammering on about not disrespecting the desk because apparently he's like the dungeon master of all desks. Apparently, freaking Ida, I hate that guy so much. I hate that character. He's just a sticking ass. Inko looks back at her book. As a few minutes later, as she got a tap on her shoulder, I know she's like, "Excuse me, ma'am." As Inko looks out of the book, as she sees a girl with white hair on one side and red hair on the other. Everyone knows who this is. It's like, "Yes, can I help you, dear?" And she's like, "It's kind of embarrassing, but it's the whole cool collective girl. When it comes to when it comes to Fire Maiden, that goes out the window." And she's like, "I'm kind of a big fan, Miss Shield Maiden." That's Inko, not Shield Maiden, but Fire Maiden. As she looks at her, huh, I didn't know I didn't know my hero career would be even known. I mostly did my hero's work overseas. And she's like, "No, no, I know all about you. Like, you were like a big inspiration when I was growing up. You're the only, you're the main reason why I like using my fire." And she's just fangirling over, Inko. As her hero outfit, it's just this on the picture. So as Inko's happy about that someone actually knows of her and actually looks up to her to that extent. "And what is your name, young lady?" As Shota's like, "Oh, my apologies. I am Shota Todoroki. And very nice to meet you. I guess you'll be in luck, cause I'll be your teacher assistant this year." As Shota, sighs because she was going to ask that, but she didn't really want to because it seemed kind of rude. Shota's like bows. She's like, "I look forward to learning from you, fire hero, fire maiden." Enough of that. Don't try to better me up, you kid. It's not going to work, but A for effort. Why don't you get in your seat? Class is about to start. Yes, shield. Yes, fire maiden. For some reason, I want to say shield maiden. For some odd reason, I don't know why, but it's fire maiden. It's just I just gotta get used to saying that. Bakugo's like, "Shut up, Four Eyes, before I kill you." As he's just like, "How dare you threaten your own classmate?" And she's like, "Go to hell." As he looks around, as he catches Izuku and Mina, as he's like, "Huh, what are those freaks doing here?" As he goes up this, where Izuku and Mina is, Bakugo kicks Izuku's desk. It's like, "Look at me, I'm talking." As he's like, "Just because you won the tournament doesn't make you better than me. You just got lucky that I got defeated." As that caught that caught Lou's attention, as she's like, "I know that voice, that angry voice." And she looks over, and there's that blonde, scranny hair. As she goes over to Bucko, puts her arms around him, and she's like, "Well, well, it isn't my own punching bag. That makes you my own personal punching bag. I'm in luck. I get to punch you all year long." And she's like, you." "Hello, Lou." "Oh, isn't it Tsuma? Small world." I still remember our last time when we fought. I'm a win next time." "Yeah, sure. Like to see you try." "Oh, I will." To Tsuma. As she walks off. As she drags Bakugo, he's like, "You're coming with me." As she sits him down. As as you have Inko, she was observing the whole situation. What type of personalities these kids have, or these students, future heroes. And she's like, "I need to keep eye on that one. He could be trouble later down the line. He doesn't seem like the type to hold back. I need I need to ask Nezu of his past school history." Guys, yeah, she's gonna make sure, she's gonna, pin, she's definitely gonna knock him down a peg or two, or a whole mountain, depending on how she feels. As the clock finally hits time where class starts, as everyone's still talking except for Mina, Momo, Todoroki, Izuku, Shan, Lou, and Kennedy. The rest of them are talking among themselves as Inka's like, "Too noisy. This won't do." Shota gets up as she's like, "Shut up, everyone. Class is starting." As everyone gets a cold breeze, as Inko, smiles. It's like, "Thank you, Shota." As she bows, as they all sit down, uh, as they see a man getting out of his sleeping bag, takes out the the earplugs. As he walks up the desk next to Inko, as he's like, "Thanks for the ear for the for the earplugs. It did wonders." And she's like, I know you mostly work at nighttime, so the whole time change would be difficult for your schedule." "Yeah, my wife's nagging me about that too, so I guess this is a more of a permanent thing, apparently." Let's get this bow in the road. "Attention class, I'm a Razorhead, your teacher for your first year of UA of class 1A." As Ido's about to say something, as Shota stops that real fast, as he gets a very cold breeze, as he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. I'll let I'll let um I'll let Miss Fire Maiden introduce herself. Thank you, Eraserhead. I am I am Pro Hero Fire Maiden, and I'll be your teacher assistant to Eraserhead, to Pro Hero Eraserhead. Whatever disciplinary he can't handle, I will handle. As Fire Maiden or Inko looks at Azala, you want me to continue, or do you want to take over? As she's like, no, you go ahead. It seems like you got this on the bag. I'm just curious. I want to see how you handle teaching a class. She's just curious of how she would how she would handle this, because Azala knows of Inko's hero career, so he knows of her reputation, but she doesn't know, like, he wants to gauge her personality set, how she teaches, if she's going to be too soft on the kids or not, or too soft on the students, and she's not going to be soft at all. Bakugo scoffs. It's like, I've never heard of you. Zinko sighs. As Shota's like, shut up. There's a good reason, class, you haven't heard of me. My hero work was mostly done overseas. And I am freshly out of retirement because the principal, one of the conditions for me to teach here is to get back into the hero world. But that's enough about me, class. Now, today's agenda, we will be doing a quirk evaluation test to see if you are good enough to be in UA. As Ida's like, but, well, then what's the point of it? But we already proved that in the entrance exam. And she gives out a little bit of killing intent as the whole classroom shuts up. Ida just shuts the hell up. It's like, and she's like I was saying, and do not interrupt me while I'm speaking. Do you want me to make myself clear, class? As they all shake their head, good. Like I was saying, I have a question for you guys. For the whole class. Where did you apply to? And she's like, you can speak. UA. And what is UA? A hero school? Good. We're on the same level. Now, as a hero school, things are done differently. If you want a normal school experience, college experience, you should have applied to somewhere else. This is a school to train young up and coming heroes to master their quirks, or to get control of their quirks and train in certain situations that you need to learn. And if you do not take this course seriously, and I'm speaking to you, Blondie, as Inka looks over to Bakugo. Believe your name was Koski, was it? If you don't take this seriously, class, you will die. As everyone's a bit nervous, except for a few people. Now, I want you to come in single file line, come pick up these gym uniforms, go to the locker field, get dressed, and wait until me or Eraserhead starts a test. And I do not want to hear no lips about it. You got into Class 1A. You're expected to do... Sorry, let me start that over. You're in Class 1A. You are required. You hide? Oh, I totally had it in my head. I just can't pronounce it for some reason. Jesus. As Class 1A, you're expected to have a certain performance. And if you do not perform such a performance to either our likings, you will be knocked down to Class 1B. You will lose your spot. And before you start wrapping around complaining about, yes, you made it in Class 1A, but that doesn't guarantee your spot the full year. This is Hero School. You're gonna come up some challenges that you're either gonna fall or you're gonna be forced to adapt. And I suggest, class, adapt. As she gets a more serious tone. As everyone, gulps. Go. Now. As everyone runs, as everyone, file a line, gets their go, get their uniform as they go to the gym or the locker room. And we're gonna probably stop it there. Yeah, it's a good spot to leave it off. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. All right, bye.